A top 25 clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome everyone to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Hurricanes' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Payne. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Irish offense will take the field to start this game. And here comes, for the first time as a starter, this talented freshman. And Jesse, it seems like quarterbacks mature quicker and quicker these days, and they're ready to grab the reins.
Yeah, you're seeing it more and more. And there's more high school quarterbacks now ready to take the next step and compete and perform in college football. But listen, I started as a true freshman back at Florida. I guarantee you he has so much nervous energy going right now because he has never played in an environment like this, and he has never played against competition like this either, David.
No, it's crazy, and that was 1920. So imagine now with all the technology and how much he's feeling the nerves. Obviously, all the eyeballs in the stadium is on him. Everybody knows what he's capable of, but he's going to be the first guy to touch the football. It's going to revolve around him, and that's a lot to ask of a freshman.
It's a seam wide open. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Working that left side. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
Nice catch there. You know, I think back to great Golden Domer wide receivers and Tim Brown, who won a Heisman, Rocket Ismail, obviously. How about Jeff Samardzija? There's a name you don't hear very much anymore, but he was awesome for Brady Quinn back in the day. And all those guys had the ability to win one-on-one. Their quarterbacks knew that if they had that matchup outside, they were going to take it. And I think this quarterback feels the same way about that guy. He is just so dynamic outside.
The RPO, it's complete. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Takes the handoff. It's Love. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving it right down the field. You just run to set yourself up now in first and goal. They are feeling it.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish! They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
On the run from inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So the Miami Hurricane offense takes the field, and they'll have their first possession. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end.
Oh, he's got some space. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. And the Hurricanes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They feed him again. tackled at the 28. It's a pickup of 5.
That's a nice-looking run, man, and what a legacy here when you think about Edgerrin James and Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Clinton Portis, game breakers at the running back position. This guy, he seems like he's destined to play on Sunday.
Dropping back, it's Beck. Here's the pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. This time on target. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. And the Canes are moving quickly down the field. They'll go to the ground. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
The Canes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Takes a handoff, it's Lyle. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Got stuffed on first down, it's 2nd and 10. Give to the running back. There he goes! Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. Was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. On the run, fires downfield. Got his man. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
And the Canes will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to the back. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. He's got 47 yards on the ground, and they wanted to have an identity as a running team, and he's giving them that in the season opener. Off play action. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Miami.
They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Got his man quickly. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. On the run, it's Fletcher. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Miami! An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Coming out with it, it's Young. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the tailback. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the 1st down.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Wow, and the Miami linebacker shows you his speed on that play, and linebacker in speed, synonymous when you're thinking about Miami Hurricane defense. Think about Ray Lewis, Jonathan Vilma, Dan Morgan, DJ Williams. Guys that can go sideline to sideline and guys that can rush the passer. Not easy to block.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Bring in the heat. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Well, the DB never even backpedaled. He never even thought that receiver was running deep, and that's why he was able to put his foot in the ground, and he smothered that curl route, knocking it away.
Zings it complete to the right. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And I like having matchups outside like this. Guys that I know will win right away. 3rd down, find my guy, get him the rock, he gets the 1st down.
The Hurricanes with the 1st and 10. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Wide open spaces. He now has 79 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. Yep, got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, we don't get a ton of top 5 matchups, so let's check out how today's Rumble played out. Texas looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Horns. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Hook 'em. And they hooked a W in this one. Gonna be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other could have a case for the #1 spot in America, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Power football with the run. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. Looking to pass, it's Carr. Under fire. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
On third down, going up top. He'll get rid of it. Tosses it incomplete.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Gonna run it. It's Fletcher. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. He's got it again. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll run play action. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He goes out of bounds, but not before getting it to the 32.
On the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
He might want another play. Back to throw, it's Beck. Lets it fly deep downfield. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that field there in Coral Gables, sign me up for another half. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in the shadows of South Beach.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. They want to throw it. Under fire. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Great place to start for this offense. They want to run it left here. Takes it the other. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. Lots of running room. Turning it on. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
And the Hurricanes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking to throw, it's back. Snagged out of the air. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big key in getting that first down.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Now facing a 3rd and long. Making side adjustments here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a first down. That penalty is going to be a coaching point in position meetings this week. I mean, he is going to get an earful from the coaches on the sidelines. And the Canes are marching down the field.
Here we go.
They go to the ground. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking for room. It's Fletcher. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
With the run on 1st and goal. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And down here near the goal line, you got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding...
Touchdown, Canes! They take the lead with the 6.
Reese, that's 3 for the young fella. I mean, this dude's smelling the end zone. Anytime he gets near it, you know he's going to lower his shoulder, do whatever it takes to get in the end zone. The hat trick, the 3rd touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Texas A&M rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting days of Johnny Football and Mike Evans. Gig 'em Aggies indeed. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking to throw, it's Carr. A little screen to the running back. Makes a man miss. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but, man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
They'll give it to the back. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Pulls it in. It's Love. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Flips it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. Leaves it with the back. Tackle is made at the 38, and let's see just how daring they'll be on 4th down. The Irish send out the punt unit. Here's the return. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Looking for a crease, it's Fletcher. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll go right back to the run. Runs through the tackle. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who've starred through the first 3 periods. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Dropping back, it's Beck. Catch in the middle, it's Bauman. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
Quickly out to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done there.
Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. Makes the grab, ready for the first down. This senior shows some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. The Canes have their offense in high gear. The give as they work on that clock. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. They give it to him again. Oh, a lot of space. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
And man, this is exactly how this offensive coordinator wants to end this football game. Ground and pound, let that clock tick, add to this lead, and make the defense stop you.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
That's a really good play by the defender. I think quarterbacks, when they see these routes and they think they can get these routes pretty much at will, because my receivers are so fast, I usually get such a big cushion. And then when they sit down for that comeback route, it's usually open. But that defender says, no, sir, not in my building.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And the Canes come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on fourth. Hauls it in, the first down and more. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Hurricanes will snap it on 1st and 10. Trying to run, it's Fletcher. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll try the run. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Beck. He got it. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Not much of a secret who they were looking to, but doing something about it is a major problem.
It's so hard to stop on these third downs. You think about it, he could block, and then he can go deep. He can release, intermediate. The tight ends are so valuable in today's football, and especially in the red area. They find him, and they get the first down.
Marches ahead, and he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami!
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach, and that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. So they played keep away and held it for 16 plays on the scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He makes the catch. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Back to pass, it's Carr. Oh, they're after him. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Wants to go up top. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, there have been way too many incompletions for this offense in this game. It's a big reason why they're trailing, obviously. They've never been able to get into a rhythm, and at this juncture here on a 2-minute situation in your own end, you got to find ways to start throwing completions somewhere out on the field to get back in this game.
And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Just over 50 seconds to go. They're trying to pull off a comeback, and they'll need to get this onside kick to do it. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. Here come the Irish, back on offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced this situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots, throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Carr. Fires toward the target. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they are going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. This late in the game, there's really no question about it. To have any chance to tie this thing up, they have to convert here on 4th down. The offense coughs it up, and they were on the move. And what a fortuitous turn of events to get that football back. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They're just going to watch that clock tick down to 0, Jesse, as they run it out here.
It's just a matter of formalities now for this offense. Run into victory formation, go take a shower, talk to coach, go see the parents and girlfriend, and go to dinner.
So frustrating on the other side of the defense, knowing they can't stop the clock, knowing this ball game's over.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback making checks. And apparently oblivious to the concept of the play clock, it's another delay of game penalty.
Delay of game, offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Here's the handoff. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Looking deep down the right side. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. And the Hurricanes need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. Wants to throw. It's back. Here comes the heat. Final shot falls to the turf, and that'll be the ball game. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make the playoff. Big feather in the cap, big day for them.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.